the next chapter. The next chapter is something I often talk about, and I talk about it with our team. I talk about it on our social media platforms. And the next chapter, a lot of times, has meant something about the next chapter in your business. But we're kind of moving into a next chapter of this world that's kind of changing around us every day. And it's really crazy to me how you have to almost remember who you were and who you want to be in a moment where all the information that's flooding into you is so negative and so frustrating and so confusing. I mean, I'm uncomfortable just going out to the store or doing things that I've always done. And I find myself talking to myself. Self-talk is something I've always done. I've always been a bit talkative, but I have no problem talking to myself to remind myself that the next chapter is about remembering what makes us function, what makes us great at who we are. You know, doing daily activities of things that you've always done. When you find yourself challenged in that, you've got to kind of start to identify, is this real? Am I really getting challenged at going to the grocery store or pumping gas? I mean, these are some of the things that we have to start to challenge ourselves to think differently in business. How many businesses out there have been paused or pummeled because they can't function or operate? I've watched plenty of them pivot and rally and create a whole new way of doing business. I'm just really excited about the next chapter. I'm a bit uneasy, just like everybody, and I'm absolutely over the dialogue only revolving around a virus. Quite frankly, I feel like the virus has taken over our minds, not our bodies. I mean, at the end of the day, when we're letting the dialogue come into ourselves and it's affecting the way that we work, that we function, that we have relationships, I think we have to start using our brains again and actually taking in that information and leveraging it to make good decisions. You make the best decisions for you, for your family, for your business. And I'm not saying anything political. I'm not saying anything on a side. Quite frankly, I believe that if you believe this is a side thing, you've lost your brain. You've lost your ability to move into the next chapter, because this isn't about sides. This is about personal responsibility, building yourself back up to where you need to be and going out and making a difference in the world like you were doing before all this happened. So I know that's how I'm talking to myself. And sometimes it might take that self-talk just to do the mundane. But in the meantime, remember that this next chapter is yours, that it's your chance to go into the next chapter of your life, of your day, of your business, with your family, after having a hard reset and being stronger, mentally ready, and capable of performing at a level that you weren't even able to before. I'm Scott Danner with Freedom Street Partners, and hopefully this has provided some level of insight to help you go into that next chapter. I know that's what I'm using, and that's what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. And if there's anything or any subject matters that you think we could really develop on or talk through, I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear how you're going into the next chapter confidently. Thanks again for joining me.